Dogswipe, what do you think of the current policies and how can you improve upon them?
Are you referring to educational policies?
Yes.
Okay. Well, some of the current policies are good, and there's just so much of an educational funding available, which makes it difficult to offer too many scholarships and grants to people of lower income. With that said, I feel that our system of schooling should aim more at career and technical education so students can learn a trade and a skill that they can become employed with, such as electrician or carpentry or
Neurosurgeon.
well, a neurosurgeon is more of a college-based skill, a very important one. But I meant like a skill that someone could learn during high school that they can be employed soon after high school or on an apprenticeship without having to go to much college. Because face it, some students just are not college material. They want hands-on activities and they have difficulty with some academic subjects, but they can do many things. So
Well,
that's
what else? What do you think of the what do you think of the current way that we could change private school funding to include federal funding?
that's a difficult one, again, because there's just so much funding to go around that would just, if we gave too much, our country would be in too much debt and other programs wouldn't have the funding. So it's a difficult thing, but education is very important. And there's other good schools that are not public schools that people should have the choice to go to. And funding would help them. And it's hard to say how that would happen, though.
Like we could also update my tax plan a bit and raise taxes on the wealthy even more, or to around $3 million.
That is an option that could work, yes. Or to get donations from wealthy people to help certain schools and institutions.
But you know what else? How as Secretary of Education would you handle a majority of the school's tasks?
Their tests?
How would you improve upon the testing via giving students more time?
Testing. I would improve the tests to start with to make sure they would not be biased by any group of people. And those who need extended time, that would be given to them, and the resources that they need to make it an equal test for everybody, which is hard to do because everybody learns differently.
And to allow students to get it done at their own pace, not have to rush through it.
That's important because some brains think at different speeds, yet they're still good brains. That's a good point, the eyebrows.
Good, Dogswipe. Another point I have to make is a student could fail the entire class and still know the material if they so chose.
That's quite possible, especially if they don't do well on tests. They could fail the test but still know the material. True.
So, Dogswipe, what else do you think that could be done to improve our overall education system?
Well, the bottom line is the same thing that would help our country and the world is just if people cared more about each other. You know, there would be less bullying in schools and less bias and prejudice if people just simply cared more. And you can't legislate caring, but you asked what I would do, and that is a big part of it.
Good job, Dogswipe.
Thank you, Meow Bros.